Welcome to the goal setting session. I'm Stephanie Barrett and I'll be leading you through this presentation. Setting goals is not always the easiest thing to do. However, if we follow this SMART acronym that many people have used, we can at least begin to figure out where to start. You can see here that SMART is an acronym and it stands for specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-bound. We're about to go through each of these words soon. Specificity. That's something that is so important because we need to be very clear about what our goal is. We can't say, for example, I just want to learn. We have to say something like, I desire to become a teacher and I know that I can learn whilst teaching. I am particularly interested in English, so I would like to be an English teacher and learn things about literature along the way. Being able to measure your goals is really important. We need to know whether we're making progress and actually moving towards attaining that goal, or if we're not achieving anything at all. So when we measure our goals, we have to be able to set a precise amount that we should have reached by a certain point. Let's say, for example, that we are trying to make sure that we're increasing the number of followers on our Instagram. We might set a goal of having 300 people by February, which is 2 months away. If in February you've only got 100 followers, then that means that you'd probably have to ramp up how many posts that you do per week, that you would probably want to include other things like videos and special guests, or you might want to do ads so that people can know about your page. You try to strategize so that you can make sure that you're getting on track and get to that 300 point so that you can move on and set another goal. Even though we're measuring how well we're doing, it's really important that we set attainable goals. We don't want to set goals that we feel we'll never be able to reach and overwhelm us. If we do that, then we'll never actually begin the work and just feel defeated already. So it's important that if, for example, you just opened an Instagram page yesterday, that you set a reasonable goal that maybe by the end of the month you want to secure 20 followers instead of 500. That would be something that's very difficult to do unless you were already widely known. We also want to ensure that we are staying focused. We want to make sure that when we're pursuing our goals, we're not going off track, but that we're still headed in the direction that we had planned. And sometimes it's easy for us to get distracted by other things, to work on that, and then forget about the goal that we set. Again, if we were trying to get lots of followers on Instagram because our goal was to become an influencer, then it wouldn't necessarily make sense for us to be spending hours and hours practicing piano if our page is not about piano. If your page is about something else, like, maybe fashion or art, then it doesn't quite link with what your aim is. We also want to make sure that we have a deadline on our goals. If there's no deadline, then we'll just put things off and not complete it and not be able to then move on to bigger and greater things. So make sure that you set something that is time bound. So now that we went over SMART and what it means, what do we do with that information? Well, one, we need to make sure that we write down our goals. Remember that we want to make them specific and measurable and that we want them to be attainable. We need to make an action plan, and we make an action plan because we want to make sure that we are time bound and that we are doing things that will line up with the time that we have set for ourselves. And remember, stick with it. It's not going to be easy. Sometimes there will be setbacks and sometimes you'll be disappointed, but keep on pushing. That's the most important thing. Follow through. You can do it. A vision board is either a digital page that has lots of images, or it can be something that is physical that you have created yourself that has lots of images. But what's the importance of these images? Well, those images are usually a representation of the goals and desires and wants that you have for yourself. And those things need to be seen for you to remember to go after that and pursue it. So for example, a vision board might have a car on it, or it might have the name of a university on it, or it might have a particular singer that you follow or something because one of your desires is to go to their concert. So each image will be a representation of a goal that you have. Vision boards are a wonderful thing to make. You can keep it digitally on your laptop or on your screen, on your phone, so that you can always remember, or you can, if you do a physical one, put it over your bed, because when you have a vision board, you remember these are some of the things that I want to attain. And so you try your best when you see it to make sure that you're doing actions that will lead you to actually getting your goal. On this slide, you can also see that we have a link again to an example of a digital vision board. Please feel free to go to that link and then look for images that represent your own goals so that you can create your own vision board. This last slide has a link to exercises that will help you set your goals and also figure out what the action plan is to get to them. Please feel free to go ahead, click on the link, which will take you to a Google Doc. When you go to that Google Doc, all you need to do is go up to File, which is on the top right-hand side, go down to where it says Make Copy, click that, and then make your own copy so that you can fill out your information for your own goals. It will ask you leading questions that will help you define your goals, and it will also provide a table with headings for you to fill out information that will help you create a detailed and specific action plan. Thank you for joining me in this session. I hope it's been helpful, and remember, you can do it.